Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest as usual. We are going to start with Dani Alves, who have been talking recently about transfers for FC Barcelona, of course, focusing on Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland, the hottest prospects now in football. Of course, the Barca right back admitted that he would rather spend more money on Real Madrid target Kylian Mbappe than on Erling Haaland. We are going to be discussing much on that as we move ahead. Then secondly, talking on this transfer news, claiming that Barcelona have the chance to sign this talented Brazilian duo, Carcai and Angelo, who plays for Santos, for 55 million euros this year. We are going to be discussing much on that. Then lastly, we are going to be talking about Pedri, as the Barcelona midfielder has reportedly received more than 80 sponsorship offers in the last year. We are going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into it, please endeavor to subscribe to the channel if you're a Barcelona supporter. If you haven't subscribed, give the video a like and make sure to watch the video right up to the very end. Barca! Barca! Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland are undoubtedly the next big things in football. Both players are touted to win the Ballon d'Or one day and could mirror the iconic Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi rivalry for the next decade. While Mbappe only has Real Madrid on his mind, Haaland's next destination is still unknown. He has been linked to Barcelona, Manchester City and Real Madrid. It would not be an easy operation though, as the striker is expected to cost nearly 125 million plus, including commissions. Joan Laporta has already said that the club is not ready to shell out that kind of money for one single player, and it seems legendary right back Dani Alves is on the same page, but is ready to make an exception for one player. Going by Dani Alves' word recently, he said, "I would not do crazy things for Haaland. Honestly, I would not spend a lot of money for him. I would spend a lot of money on Mbappe, but not on Haaland," he said, as quoted by Sport. He continued by saying, "Mbappe is more complete than Haaland in all aspects of the game. If you are going to make a huge investment, you have to make it on the best player. If it were up to me, I would bet on Mbappe." He made a huge claim about the Frenchman, saying that he is the best player in the world right now. He said, "I would sign Mbappe for Barcelona. He is the best player and is best for Barcelona's style. At this moment, there is no better player in the world than him." Dani Alves continued by saying, "Close to signing for Madrid. What is white today can be blue tomorrow. And if you add a little grana, it becomes blaugrana," Alves added cheekily. Alves explained that football has come to a stage where price tags like these have become common for young players. This does not allow them to reach their best level before the move. He said, "Today's football does not give you time to wait for youngsters to show their potential. Today's football demands the maximum from these players. However, I will not be in favor of spending a lot of money on these players. Teams are constantly in a tussle to sign the next best thing before they eventually completely, this in turn puts a bizarre amount of pressure on them given the price tag. Will Mbappe and Haaland prove to be worth it, or will they crumble beneath all the money talk? That's just the big question. I think nowadays there's a lot of inflation in the football business. I think money have lost its value. Exorbitant transfer fees, just buy players anyhow, any money that just comes and they just buy. And I think this somehow negatively affects the business of football. But this is now normal. It's now normal. 100 million euros is just normal for any little top class player. Back in the days, we don't see this. Like, it's gonna be tough to even see 80 million. Come on, we talk about Gareth Bale, Paul Pogba. Maybe 80 million was a record breaking. But now standards have been set very high. Of course, high wages, high transfer fees. I think it's the normal order of the day right now in the transfer business in football. Then talking about Kylian Mbappe, as Dani Alves is talking about him preferring Kylian Mbappe to be a Barcelona player, rather than Erling Haaland. Even though the honest truth is Mbappe to Barcelona is next to impossible. Barca don't have any interest whatsoever. So it's just all about Dani Alves saying what he desires, what he wish. But of course, honestly speaking, he knows that It's impossible for Mbappe to come to Barcelona because Mbappe is more closer to Real Madrid as it stands. Then on to the next story of discussion. According to a report from Sport, Barcelona have the opportunity to snap up two Brazilian youth sensations if they are willing to match their price tags. The Catalans, who have a strong scouting network in Brazil, appear to have a preferential buy option on two Santos youngsters in Kaká and Angelo. Kaká, not to be confused with his namesake who plays for Manchester City, is a centre-back at Santos who had made his breakthrough in the Brazilian top flight in 2021, racking up 15 appearances in the Serie A. Standing at 1.86 meters, the youngster has earned a solid reputation for his imposing figure at the back, and at just 18, he has shown tremendous maturity and aggression, essentially becoming a key part of Santos' defensive unit with almost 50 competitive appearances for the team. Kaká is said to be valued at 20 million euros. Barcelona can secure his services in the summer if they wish to match that figure, though it appears to be unlikely as the club are more intent on signing proven talents such as Andres Christensen and Antonio Rudiger. Another player offered to Barca is Angelo Gabriel. He is an explosive winger who was notably promoted to the senior side at the start of last year. Since then, the forward has featured in 62 competitive appearances for Santos. A year younger than Kaká, the attacker is evidently a bit more experienced than his teammate and is thus valued at 35 million euros. Although Angelo's tally of 2 goals and 2 assists in 62 matches is slightly underwhelming, it should be mentioned that the attacker has barely played a starting role in any of those matches. Even so, Barcelona are unlikely to shell out such a fortune on a relatively inexperienced 17-year-old talent who is largely unaware of the club's style of play. The same can be said of Kaká as well, with Joan Laporta and co. much more likely to use the fund on offering lucrative contracts of various free agents available across Europe this summer and build a super team capable of competing in the Champions League for next season. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona midfield prodigy Pedri has enjoyed a meteoric rise over the past couple of years. When he was signed from Las Palmas in 2019, the youngster was pretty much an unknown quality for a vast majority of football fans. After spending a year on loan at his boyhood club, Pedri arrived at Barca in 2020 and has not looked back since. Making his debut as a 17-year-old, the midfield sensation quickly endeared himself to the supporters with his amazing qualities on the field and soon became a key member of Ronald Koeman's setup, growing into a household name in the process. The rise in stature has continued at an exponential rate ever since, as Pedri soon established himself as a mainstay for the Spanish national team, won several personal accolades last year, and has now become the face of the revival Barcelona are going through under Xavi. Pedri's tremendous growth into the top star that he is now, despite being just 19 years of age, has also translated into commercial success for the player and the club. Indeed, as reported by Mundo Deportivo, Pedri now leads the way in terms of shirt sales for FC Barcelona along with Gavi. At the same time, the report adds that the Spanish international has received over 80 sponsorship proposals from across the globe. The report adds that Pedri's good relationship with Barca legend Lionel Messi during the last season has helped his brand grow in South America, while there is a lot of interest in the youngster in the Asian market as well, in particular in China and Japan. The fact that the youngster is associated with environmental causes has also aided his profile. Pedri is one of the faces of Adidas' Run of the Oceans campaign, while he is also part of the Kick Out Plastic organization. When he joined Barcelona, Pedri had around 25,000 followers on his social media accounts. Now that number has risen to around 5.5 million. Given his expanding reach, growing stature on and off the field, it does not come as a surprise that Pedri is receiving so many sponsorship offers. So callers, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you did enjoy the video and also hope you did subscribe. If you haven't, please endeavor to do so you always stay in touch with the latest on FC Barcelona here on Viva Barca. Until next time, bye bye.